What is going on, everyone? Welcome into BP Insights. So yeah, I think it's really frustrating, and it's annoying that the government in the matrix really lies to you about what you should be eating. You look at the Joe Rogan interview with, what was the guy's name? The Joe Rogan interview with the Dr. Sean Baker. You look at that interview was so eye-opening of, you look at the lady that goes on 60 Minutes, she just lies about how dangerous, basically is selling obesity is a disease. It's not people's fault. They're going to get them to take another prescription drug that the government makes money off of. So it's really just a bunch of crap. And I think people don't realize how dangerous processed foods are. You look at Joe Rogan and the Sean Baker guy, they are talking about, the whole podcast, they're talking about the dangers of processed foods. Look at America. America is pushing processed foods. Because when you think about it, look at Doritos. All these junk food industries are million-dollar companies. And you look at some South American countries are trying to outlaw processed food right now. Like, it's just kind of crazy how America is just like the opposite extreme in a bad way. Like, for years, Italy and other countries were the top producers of the top importer or top countries in drinking water. Obviously, water, healthiest drink you can drink, natural for us. It's what our bodies want. America wasn't even, for the longest time, not even top 5 in consumption of water, but just leading the way in soft drinks. Yeah, it really is too bad of just about how bad people's diet is. And it's crazy how the media, the matrix, the government, they've fed for so many years now processed food that people don't even, a lot of times you ask people don't even know what healthy eating is. Like, that's what blows my mind with a lot of people. A lot of people just don't even know what it is to eat healthy. They don't even understand that, meats, fruits, vegetables, stuff that your body knows what to do with. People don't even understand that. It's crazy. Like, I eat meat, mostly meat and fruit and a little vegetables. And it's crazy how, many people think that, how is that sustained? Or it's crazy how many people question that. Like, I'm thinking, like, it's crazy we live in a world where you're almost like, we live in a society where you're questioned for doing the right thing, for doing what for a long time people thought was the most beneficial. And for the longest time, lifting, exercise, most people thought was, obviously a great thing. Now the media is trying to make it so that, like, it's an act of rebellion. If you hit the gym every day and want to be strong and want to be in shape, media thinks it's crazy if you eat red meat every day or if you drink coffee every day. It's crazy how we just have flipped to these extremes. It's just it's just a sad thing. Like, fast food has become so normalized, people don't even forget. Like, it's one of those things where, like, if someone watched the Supersize documentary, I think people would be, like, we become so accustomed to eating fast food daily that if someone watched the Supersize Me documentary tomorrow, maybe they would avoid fast food for a few days, a week, and then they just quickly forget about that. But, like, I think it just really takes, myself and a lot of people to discipline yourself to, I'm not eating processed food today. I'm never eating sugar again. I'm never eating fast food again. I'm just never eating, forget. I mean, I guess if you want to occasionally eat, piece of pie or something or cake or cookie, sure. But I think it's just, at some point, like, you have to just discipline yourself. Be like, you know what? I'm done processed food, fast food, sugar. I'm done with that. I'm going to discipline myself to just eat right and put food that the body's supposed to have in my body. Because, yeah, Joe Rogan talked about it. Like, the body doesn't know what to do with a piece of pie. The body knows what to do with a steak, with apple, with bananas. The body knows how to process that. It goes further down the digestive tract. That's just like what the Sean Baker and Joe Rogan talking about. The body knows what to do with natural foods. And that's the thing, people don't. I tell people I'm on the carnivore diet, they're like, no sauce, no bun. Like, no, like, that's think of when cavemen were eating meat, they weren't eating extra carbs with bun. They weren't eating salt. You just think like everyone wants to kind of tiptoe around the diet. What I mean by that, no one just wants to no one just wants to hunker down and discipline themselves to only eat, meat, fruit, vegetables, white rice. No one just wants to eat natural food. Everyone just wants that kind of that get out of jail free card, or everyone wants the excuse to not eat right. Oh, it was a long day at work. Let me just swing through Burger King real quick. But yeah, I wish everyone did this diet. If you look at, the media pushing, obviously the media commercials pushing all these stupid drug medications, the media pushing fast food, Doritos, junk food, saying that a 91% processed food diet's healthy. The media is pushing all these things, Matrix, media, all the people pushing these things. But if you look at, if you read the comments on Joe Rogan, like carnivore, like Jordan Peterson when he's talking about the carnivore diet, and Joe Rogan with the Sean Baker guy on his podcast, if you look at all the comments, it's all people having success stories with this diet. I mean, they did a poll of 200 people, and in those 200 people, they showed there was 200 some people that had diabetes, went on the carnivore diet. 92% of them were off insulin. I'm thinking just like Joe Rogan emphasizes all this stuff as anecdotal evidence, but you got to think how many, I know this is all, yeah. Like he keeps saying, anecdotal evidence, but there's got to be something to, after a while, so many, what are the odds are that everyone has this experience? Because I think everyone can safely say if you eat sugar and fast food, you feel like crap afterwards. So despite what the false studies want to show, the same studies that have Lucky Charms ahead of red meat, despite what these studies want to show, if something's working for just about everyone, or if something's not working for just about everyone, there must be something to that. Like if you go a day just drinking pop and eating fast food, how is that? Give me two people, one person that eats fast food and drinks pop all day, and then the other person who eats fruits and vegetables all day, and they work the same job. Who would you trust? Who do you think is going to have more energy? Who do you think is going to get more done in that given day? But yeah, mind-blowing stuff. The U.S. pushing a 91%. The U.S. saying 91% processed food diet's okay, and then other countries trying to outlaw and ban processed foods. So just kind of crazy, both of the two extremes when you think about it. But yeah, I mean, really, there's no place for processed food. I mean, it's just garbage. You feel awful. Your body doesn't know how to digest it. It's really sad that people just continue to eat that garbage all day. It blows my mind. We live in a world where doctors actually put Lucky Charms ahead of steak. That's just crazy to me. That's just absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I make a joke about it. I kind of just make jokes about it to not really get upset about it too much. I'm going to eat Lucky Charms today, or I'm going to switch to an all Lucky Charms diet. But really, I think kind of a lot of the times I'm making jokes about it just because of how pissed off it makes me, to be honest, because it really is ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, that's the one thing I think about. We are a society where junk food is just, yeah, it's one of those things. It's probably $1 trillion business industry. You really get that's why you look at all these epidemiology studies they've done, like the Joe Rogan thing. It's like they didn't even account for people eating sugar. Sometimes they classified lasagna or fucking what else. They classify this other stuff as red meat. It's ridiculous. Sounds like there's a study coming out soon, but they need a study where they just don't account for fast food. That's what they need. They need that study or they don't account for, lasagna or whatever. They just need an epidemiology study where they just study people who are strictly on a carnivore diet. And what I mean carnivore diet, just eating meat, eating meat and salt. I do a little bit of pepper too, but yeah, meat without. That's the thing. People think carnivore diet, and I'm gonna go eat a Subway sub. That's not carnivore diet. That's carbs. It's bread. People just don't. People just kind of have their own ideas in their head and whatever. But yeah, you don't. If you go on a carnivore diet, steak, eggs, steak with just salt, maybe light pepper, Angus meat. I'm a big fan of burger, and then I added fruit. I think adding fruit back was a game changer. Getting vitamin C from oranges, apples, bananas, grapes, all really good stuff. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap with that. Thanks for tuning in to the BP Insights. Stay tuned for more episodes and clips from the show. Till next time, peace.